Hello everybody and welcome to the Q&A. Q&A. It was announced yesterday, so if you didn't get your questions in, oh well, sorry, but you guys have now asked the Q's, but now it's time for the A's. So, I will be going off of the list of, just questions, and also reading out who asked them. I'll be going in order of who asked first to who asked last. Let's kick it off with our first batch of questions. Also, some people did ask more than 3 questions, which is okay. It's fine. As long as it wasn't like 10 questions. But yeah, most of them were just like 4 questions, which is, that's fine. But anyways, without further ado, let's read off the questions. So, the first question and the first group of questions are from S2 Gaming, who messaged me on Discord asking me these questions. I did in the comments of the Q&A announcement video, I did say that you could DM me on Discord if you wanted to ask me on there instead, so that's what a lot of people did. But anyways, let's begin with the first question. Why is your name Wolfie Productions, or Wolfie Productions 98? Here, I'll break it down because it's mostly, in 3 parts. You got the Wolfie, you got the Productions, and you got the 98. So, let's start off with why Wolfie? Well, wolves are my favorite animal, and also the fact that, Wolf Productions kind of sounds weird. So I figured, why not Wolfie? And, it sounds the best to me. And with a Y instead of, and if you're curious as to why it's with a Y and not an IE, it's because I don't do grammar, bro. And then, as for the Productions, why is the Productions there? Well, it just rolls off the tongue nicely with the word Wolfie. See, if I just had Wolf, then I could have made it Wolf Studios or something, because Wolfie Studios sounds really weird. But I figured Wolfie Productions sounds kind of nice, and, I produce things. Like, subpar content. Anyways, and then the 98 at the end, it has no real significance, it's just there. I just thought it made it sound a little bit nicer, but typically, I'm mostly known as Wolfie Productions, or just, on Discord, Wolfie, because, people have their shortened names, on Discord, at least for VC. Then, S2's second question is a Monster Jam question. What's your favorite Monster Jam World Finals? I'm a bit biased because I actually went to this one, but my favorite is definitely World Finals 13, because, that was the 30th anniversary of Gravedigger, and Gravedigger is my favorite truck of all time. And it was also just because, I obviously got to go there. I got the 5-pack of Gravediggers for that. Let's see, what else did I get while I was there? I got a t-shirt that was signed. It was, said happy birthday or something, because it was, around my birthday. That was, a late birthday present or something. I got a license plate that I'll never use. I got a bunch of stuff, and I got to see the show. I think, Northern Nightmare won, freestyle, and, Max D won racing, and this was before there were multiple drivers for Team Max D, and it was just Tom Mentz, and then, obviously just, Dennis Anderson, along with Ryan and Adam Anderson. My personal favorite is probably World Finals 13, because that was the one I went to. And I just had an overall fun time. If you haven't been there and you're able to in the future, I really recommend you do, because it is a blast to go. There's so much things you get to experience just, besides watching trucks go 100 miles an hour and race each other, along with doing backflips. And then the last one, which is another somewhat sign-up Monster Jam question. Why did you do the sign-up series? Well, I did it because I liked it. Well, I got inspired to do it from this guy called WWE 5155, who is now 5155 Creations. And, yeah, I really liked the sign-up series. I like the concept of it, and I like the idea of it. And eventually I branched off from more people than just him, and then I slowly, decided, well, I have trucks. I have that same ramp that this guy uses, so, hey, I could do this too. So, yeah, I did a lot of stuff by myself. I didn't really, record it or anything, because I was way too young. But, first one that was ever on YouTube or was published was Sign Up Series 1, and please do not watch it. It was horrible. I was like 10 or something. Just please do not watch it. It was god-awful. Oh, God, I don't even want to think about it. Anyways, but yeah, I just thought it was fun, and I just wanted to do it too, and, I had some good ideas that I don't think most people have thought of, such as the, let's see, what's something I came up with myself? I don't know, whatever. Anyways, and the fourth question, which is also related to the sign-up series, are the sign-up series rigged? Now, a lot of you might be thinking, well, obviously they're not, and then some of you also might be thinking, of course they are, because I've never won, and I should have won. I'm just kidding, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but yeah, so for the people who don't know, no, they are not rigged. Nothing I do on my channel is rigged. Anything that is a remote competition, like Bash Bots or sign-up series, that, those aren't rigged. If they were rigged, I would have the trucks I like or the robots that I like win every time, and then it would be really obvious. And, yeah, sure, you could say that I'm just being, you know what, whatever. The point is, no, they're not rigged. Every single race I do is genuine, and that's why a lot of races have 5 reruns in them, because if 2 trucks tie, then I have to rerun it. Is it good, to have 5 reruns? No. Could people say that it's just me trying to get the video past 10 minutes? Yeah, they could, even though it's not, because I'm not even monetized. But yeah, that's, they're not rigged, and, I've never rigged them, and that's the thing is, I don't think, keyword think, I don't think anyone really does rig them. The only time they rig them is if it's, unfair, where a truck falls off the side, and they give it a second chance, and that's universal, so it's not rigged. So, yeah, sign-up series are not rigged. So yeah, sorry, you gotta put your money away. You're not gonna buy me off. You're not gonna buy your first victory. Anyways, so yeah, those were all the questions from S2. Thank you for the questions. Now, on to Pastrami Man, which you guys might remember. He's one of my old friends. A lot of his questions are relating with food. So his first question is, what's your favorite thing to eat? Now, if you're talking about from a restaurant, then probably Chili's black beans or Chili's chips and salsa, because holy crap, those things are really good. Also, when I was a kid, I would order the grilled cheese, and holy crap, that was also really good. The cheese actually was melted and how it should be. I keep saying when I'm a kid, even though I am still a kid. When I mean 10 years old or younger, that's what I mean when I say kid. But yeah, Chili's black beans, Chili's grilled cheese, pretty much Chili's everything. I like Chili's. Not sponsored. But if you're talking about, at home or, in general from any place, probably burgers or steak. I'm a meat kind of guy. I like meat. Yeah. But, yeah, I like steak. If you're wondering what kind, I like sirloin. Yeah. Anyways, he has 2 more questions. What's the worst thing you've ever eaten? Now, I can't really think of anything that comes to mind. I mean, probably something with peanuts in it, because I'm allergic to peanuts, so obviously that's gonna be the worst thing in my mind. But if you're talking about taste, then honestly, I can't really tell you. I mean, that's the thing is, with allergies, typically if you're allergic to certain foods, then, if it's a high, if you're really allergic to it, then it might make stuff like has it taste bad. Like peanuts and peanut butter, they taste awful. But yeah, I don't know. That's just me. Like I said, so if you're talking about in general, then probably something with peanuts. But if you're talking about like, taste wise, then I can't really think of anything. Then last question is, what's something you'd recommend everyone to try? Well, if you're talking about food, go to Chili's. Yeah. Not sponsored. Once again, it's not sponsored. Wish it was, though. That would be cool. And then if you're talking about, like, anything, then honestly, I would say I can't really, like, point out anything in particular because, not everyone's going to enjoy it, but if there's something that you want to do but are hesitant to do it because you're worried about what others are going to think of you, or if you're not necessarily good at it, I say go ahead and do it. Just go ahead and do it as long as it's not hurting someone else or you. But yeah, go ahead and do it. You like playing piano, but you're not very good at it. Well, go ahead and play piano. Get better. Practice. You want to make YouTube videos? Go ahead. You want to animate? Go ahead. You want to do stuff? Go ahead. As long as it makes you happy and, well, isn't hurting others or yourself, then go for it. I'm all for it. And don't care about what other people say. That's, like my content, some people might say that my content is cringy or lame or stupid, and, I'm like, I don't care. I enjoy making it, and sure, sometimes part of it is a little annoying, like editing isn't the most fun thing, but when you're finally done, you get to step back and see what you've created. But, yeah, so anyways, yeah, if you're talking about in general, then I'd say just try anything you want to try, but you're hesitant to because you're worried of what others will think of you or you're not very good at. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for the questions, Pastrami Man. The next batch of questions is from Robotic Apple XL. So first question is another food-related question: pizza or KFC? Now, it depends on where the pizza is from, and it depends on what kind of chicken we're talking about. And it also depends on the toppings on the pizza, some sauce from KFC. But if you're talking about in general, the plainest plain it can be, like a chicken leg or a chicken wing, versus a cheese pizza, I'm gonna go cheese pizza. Mostly just because typically I don't eat chicken. Mostly just because there's no KFCs or, chicken restaurants around me. The closest KFC is like half an hour away, so what's the point of going if you just want some chicken? We might as well just buy some chicken from the store and then just make it at home. So yeah. But then his second question is, why did you let me in your account Mayhem when I didn't even have a channel? Well, I figured I wanted to give you a chance, and that's the same with a lot of other people. That's why I enjoy, talking to people who, and I'm not trying to offend anyone here, but that's why I like talking to people who have less subscribers than me, because, it's fun to, see, their ideas, because, even though they have less subscribers than you, they can have even better ideas than you. So, don't value someone just because of their subscriber count. And that goes for really big YouTubers. Don't just believe them just because they have really high subscriber counts. But if they're giving evidence, then yes, believe them. If it's valid evidence. I enjoy very, civil, constructed arguments that are professional. I hate, just yelling and screaming and accusations and allegations and stuff like that. But yeah, I just like giving people a chance, and, honestly, the robot that you entered, it looked pretty cool, and I thought it was a cool concept, so I said, alright, you can put it in, yeah, go ahead. And then, question 3, did you ever think you would get this far on YouTube and hit 100 subscribers? He also said, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Well, late Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year to you too, and to all of you as well. Did I ever think I would get this far on YouTube? Honestly, when I was first starting out, I honestly didn't think so. I thought I was just gonna remain at 30 subscribers, maybe eventually in a year hit 50, and then just slowly just keep trying and not get anywhere. But eventually, my content started to get picked up by people, and eventually I started growing in subscribers, and I started growing relatively fast. I made it to, like, 75 subscribers pretty quickly. If you look at the amount of time it took my, from my 30 subscriber special to my 75 subscriber special, sure, it might be a little bit of time, but compared to how fast I was growing before, that was very quick. But yeah, honestly, back when I was starting and only had 30 subscribers, I didn't really think I would hit 100. I was like, it was always in the back of my mind, like, alright, well, we might hit 100. And then eventually, when we got to 90, I was like, alright, well, we're very close. And then eventually, we just got stuck on 95 and 96. At one point, we were stuck on 98 because someone unsubscribed when we were at 99. But yeah, so, yeah, honestly, I didn't think so, but hey, now that I have, I think, 109 subscribers, honestly, I could see, I see that the options are limitless. Sure, there's some factors at play here, but, technically, I can keep growing to an infinite amount since YouTube is that big. But yeah, so honestly, and that's the thing, is even if you don't have that many subscribers, if you have like 10 or 20 or 40, or even, if you have less than 10, honestly, if you like making the content, keep doing it. Because it's not all about the numbers. And yeah, sometimes with YouTubers who make a living on YouTube, you see, oh wow, this, Jacksepticeye, he just got like 1 million views in, a day after he uploaded the video. Well, yeah, but, he enjoyed making that video, so that's also kind of what is important to him, besides the fact that it's his job. And to smaller YouTubers like me, to where it's just mostly a hobby, I enjoy making it, and that's why I do it. Not necessarily because of the subscribers. I mean, sure, the subscribers are nice. Please like and subscribe. But yeah, I just enjoy making most of the content. Keyword most. But yeah, thank you for your questions. Crystal Carnage has 3 questions, I believe. So, question 1. What is your biggest dream match with only custom bots? Honestly, this would probably never be able to happen because, well, I don't think there would be an arena that would be big enough for this to happen, but I would love to see an all-out rumble between every single, FMRW creator with their best robot. Some poor soul has the task of building every single robot from there, or you could just send the robot in. But yeah, all the robots from pretty much all of the FMRW creators, fan-made Robot Wars, just in one arena, just smacking the hell out of each other, just destruction all around. I would love to see a giant rumble like that, because then it would be like those, it would be like the actual RC, rumbles, like the ant weight rumbles and the beetle weight rumbles, even the featherweight rumbles. It would just be fun to watch. But if you're talking about, one robot versus another robot, honestly, I would love to see Mystic versus probably Graded Carrot, but also, yeah. But if it had a maximum of 4, Space Craze, Graded Carrot, Mystic, and Afterthought, or Snowstorm, one of the 2. Yeah. But yeah, so, yeah, I have a lot of fights in mind. But then, second question, if you could own any IRL bot, who and why? Honestly, I would love to have a lot of robots. I would probably want to own, any Witch Doctor or Minotaur that is no longer in use, because I feel like that would be cool to have. But if you're talking about, anything other than BattleBots, obviously, then, Robot Wars, I would love to have, Series 9 or Series 10, Apollo, Carbide, Push to Exit is one that I would like to have, although that's sitting at, Two Penny Milk and Vote Saxon Seven's places. But yeah. But I just feel like Push to Exit is a cool robot. It's a cool robot, it just needs to work, is the thing. But yeah. And then the last question, which is a classic from Crystal Carnage, if you don't know, is ice cream or cake. Now, if we're talking, my favorite flavors of both, which would be chocolate cake versus rainbow sherbet ice cream, I would definitely go with chocolate cake. But if we're going super basic flavor, like for both of them, so like vanilla ice cream with nothing on it, and then vanilla cake? I don't remember what it's called. Just regular cake, whatever it is. But just cake or ice cream. If we're talking about the most basic flavors possible, I gotta go with ice cream. It's mostly just because of where I live. Because it's pretty much always sunny here and always hot. Even in the winter, like now, it's still, not that cold. Like, I can walk outside with shorts and a t-shirt and I'll just be just fine. Maybe put on a hoodie, but that's it. But yeah, ice cream is just pretty much... Ice cream never goes out of season here. So, yeah. Thank you for the questions, Crystal Carnage. Let's see. Oh, and the next questions... the next two questions are from Delboy666. So, the first question is, which of all your robots has the worst record in Bashbots? Well, there is multiple robots that have a 0-4 record as of now, which means that they didn't win a single fight. This is just from the qualifying rounds, however. So an example of a 0-4 robot would be Toxic, or Silver, or Pinch. A lot of robots got 1-3 records, such as Fish, who got a 1-3 record. And then, the Three Musketeers got a 1-3 record. Sorry for the lip smacking. Another robot that got a 0-4 record is... I'm just trying to look. Rainbow and Dr. Krockenstein. Oh, and Team Solar. Team Solar got a very bad record of 0-4. But yeah, so probably all of the robots that have 0-4 records, which are most definitely going to be going into the Desperado tournament. So yeah, or the Desperate Tournament, as I nicknamed it. And then, how are you doing with the Account Mayhem robots as of late? Now, this is a question I expected to get asked a lot more frequently, actually, but, yeah, it didn't. So, how are the robots doing? Well, the robots are coming along great. Some of them I actually had to redo part of or just remake entirely because I figured out better ways to make them so that they're more effective, more durable, and they look a lot better. So yeah, and also the fact that I don't have Connects, and a lot of robots that were submitted were made of Connects or had Connects parts. So I had to figure out how to, I had to work my way around that. And then also the fact that I don't have many Legos as well, because, I just bought a giant box of Legos that came with like 1,500 pieces of different colors, but that was like $40. And in order to make like half of the robots that were entered, I would honestly need like 3 of those boxes, which would be $120. So yeah, that's a lot. But yeah. So anyways, yeah, the robots are coming along pretty well. The main thing is the arena. I'm pretty sure I've pretty much revealed it now. But I am making my own custom arena, and if you saw Two Penny Milk and Vote Saxon 7's build diary, then, you heard them say that it took them 4 months to make, and also the fact that, they have a lot more money than me. So it's going pretty slow. In fact, I definitely will not be getting it done before the end of the year. And honestly, I would say it would probably be done at the earliest sometime in March of 2021. That's the earliest, and I know I could easily just record the video or the videos in the actual BattleBots Hexbug Arena. The problem is it's just falling apart. Like a lot of the, you might see a lot of the robots will just randomly get stuck or randomly flip over, and that's because their ground clearance makes them scrape against the floor, so they'll catch on something on the floor and then just flip or get stuck. So, yeah, I do want to get a professional arena, kind of like World of Woodrow or Vote Saxon 7, or just a solid arena in general, just made out of wood and, metal. But yeah, so, yeah, that's the main reason, plus school, plus now Christmas, plus COVID. There's just a lot of things that are keeping these things backed up. Because like I said, I don't have a lot of Legos, and Legos are very, very scarce right now because it is literally like 2 or 3 days after Christmas. Yep. But yeah, the robots are coming along well. Like I said, though, I had to remake parts of them because I found better ways to make them. So, yeah, I'd rather give a quality thing that's late rather than a crappy thing that's on time, because the crappy thing isn't going to be as satisfactory. So, yeah. But yeah. But thank you for the questions, Del Boy. And, we got 2 more people who asked questions. The first 3 are from That Builder Boy. Number 1, is Bronco overrated? Well, overall, yeah, it's been kind of hyped up a little bit too much in Season 4, mostly just because, they were talking about how powerful the flipper is, and also it obviously got more, it got more drama drawn to it because of Hydra. And I don't know if most of you knew this, but originally the Hydra team and the Bronco team were originally going to kind of work together in order to help improve both of their robots, but then, obviously they got turned against each other, which wasn't really their fault, but yeah. And Bronco's just been having too many problems. I feel like it's really outdated. It's it's not a bad design, but if you're talking about against spinners, most spinners, it's a pretty bad design. It's a long robot that can't turn very quick, and the front end is really easy to chew up, and, those ribs, they kind of worked in Season 4, but they didn't really do all that much. And, as we saw in the Bronco versus Free Shipping fight, after their fight against Bite Force, I believe it was their weld that held the flipper together because it broke in the Bite Force fight, or it had a crack in it or something. But their weld broke, and the flipper just got absolutely just bent out of shape. They couldn't move it. They couldn't use it at all. So yeah, they lost their flipper, and honestly, I feel like Bronco is just really outdated at this point. I mean, yeah, they've been upgrading it for a while, but that's, it's still, you can only keep one robot so long for a certain point, for so long until you have to completely rebuild it. Kind of like, with Hypershock, they rebuild their robot pretty much every season. Witch Doctor kind of do as well. Bite Force, they did all the way back in Season 2, but it didn't work. They finally got it to work in Season 3. But yeah, is Bronco overrated? Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it's been kind of overrated from the start, but in Season 1, it actually performed kind of well. Like, it made it to the semis, and, I mean, I guess that was kind of an accomplishment. Second question, Shark Puppet parody when? Honestly, I'm not sure. I've been losing ideas for what to make. Like, I don't really have as many ideas with them now. But yeah, like I'm just running out of ideas for it, honestly. But if you guys have any ideas on what I can make with Shark Puppet, then leave them in the comments below or DM me on Instagram or Discord. And then 3 goal for you on YouTube in 2021. Honestly, just, do better. Just do better, make better content, try and make better robots. Eventually I'm gonna try and invest more of my money in, video stuff. But yeah, just mostly just try and do better, along with if you're talking about like a sub gold and maybe 150 subscribers, and maybe if we could do it 200, although I'm not sure we can. I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting anyone. I'm just saying, on paper it kind of looks a little bit hard to do, but I don't know, maybe we'll do it. But yeah, thank you for the questions, that builder boy. And then the last questions are from Dapple Zapple. So, the first question is, do you think you can win my account Mayhem? Honestly, I don't really know, who else is entering, so I can't really say. It depends on a lot of things, such as how many flippers are there, which I have found out from Dapple, actually, that there are mostly spinners, so, yeah, it just really depends on, a lot of things, but, yeah, I'm kind of confident, but I'm also not super confident to the point where I'm like, oh yes, I'm definitely going to win, no doubt about it. But yeah, then, question 2, which is another account Mayhem bot, it's another question about, his series. How far do you think your bot will go in Dapplebot Season 2 whenever I do it? Honestly, I'm not sure. I would love to see it make it to, like, the quarterfinals. I'm not sure about the format that you have, if it's, like, the round of 16 or the grade 8 or, round of 32. But whatever the quarterfinals of that is, then I think that I might be able to make it to there. But I could also get very unlucky, so, yeah. Or I could be very lucky and make it to the semis and possibly the finals. But yeah, and the third question, can you ooh for me? Do you mean like, do you mean like just saying it, or do you mean like actual anime ooh? Like, I mean, I guess I could do I'll say it in a kinda, I don't know. Ooh, there you go. I don't really know. I could do this too. But yeah, yeah, so those are all of the questions. Yeah, so thank you all for watching. Sorry if you didn't get to ask any of your questions, but, if I'll tell you what, if you want to leave one of the questions you wanted to ask in the comments down below, then I will, respond to it, and I will give you my answer. But, yeah, so that's all for now. So until next time, guys, see you in the next video. Goodbye, and stay safe from Corona.